This video will demonstrate how to make a group reservation through BookYourSite.com. The customer types in a city or park name of a place that they want to stay. BookYourSite will give them a list of all the parks in that area, and the customer will click on a park that they think they want to stay at. They'll look at some pictures, read about the campground, see what kind of facilities and things are around the park, and decide that they want to stay there. So they'll click book now, and it's going to take them to the terms and conditions screen. This park has made it so that there's a site lock fee of $20 in order to request a specific site number to guarantee them that request. So the customer accepts all these parameters. The lock fee was an option that the customer could turn on or off depending on if they wanted specific site numbers or not, though. So this customer is gonna type in their dates that they want to stay. So this person wants to stay 4 nights from August 3rd to 7th. They have a 40-foot fifth wheel, and they want to stay with, say, like 4 other people. So we'll change the number of sites here in a minute. But one thing that this campground's done is that they've put pictures and set parameters for each of the sites in the campground. So they've taken a picture and put site length and widths in. Told BookYourSite what the site's suitable for, whether it be a big rig or just a tent or a motorhome, etc. So there's pictures of everything, which is very nice for the customer, so that they can click around, see what the site looks like that they're going to be getting, or even just to see what an area of the park looks like, so that they know where they want to stay. So in this example, they're going to camp with 4 other people, so they're going to need 5 sites, and it's going to this one's going to be the Matthews group. So BookYourSite's prompting them to type in a group name now that they have a few different sites that they're looking for. The individual can edit all of this information. So what BookYourSite's doing to make it easier is it's putting 4 nights in for everybody and setting everybody up for a 40-foot fifth wheel. So if everyone has that, it's easy just to start the group booking. Whereas in this example, a few of the people want to stay different numbers of nights and have different rig setups, and you can give them a nickname as you're going here. So this person would be Jeff, and he wants to stay a full week, and he's looking for a cabin. So we'll do that. And the next person here, they're also looking for a week in one of the cabins. And the 5th person's staying the same number of nights and has the same rig as the first person in the party, let's say. So what we're going to do is start a group booking. In this case, it'll bring up all the sites as close as possible to one another on a map, whereas at certain parks, if they don't have a map set up, it'll just bring up a list view instead. Okay, so all the sites are assigned as close as possible to one another. You can see here that these are trailer rentals that Jeff and Jordan are on. So they don't actually want the trailer rentals. They go with the lodges down here. So we're going to drag them down onto those lodges. Now, party 1 and 5 and Jim are kind of far away from where those are. So if you click and drag, it's going to show you anything that's available that would be able to accommodate Jim's 35-foot fifth wheel. So let's say Jim likes, the corner lots number 500. The person that's doing the bookings likes corners as well, so he's going to take 519. And then this final person here, party number 5, is going to go on to into 501. So these prices all update as you drag the customers around. So if Jordan didn't want to pay that much, you could drag him back into one of the trailers, or sorry, Jeff didn't want to pay that much, you could drag him into one of the trailers and it'll adjust the price. See how that all updates. So these are the sites that they like. They're just going to go up and click next now. And it's going to prompt the customer to either lock these sites in or not. So this customer is going to lock the sites in because they want to, remain in those particular lots, and then the Book Your Site is going to apply a $20 fee to each of these site bookings because that's what this park has set their lock fee to be. Now what it's going to do is ask you how many adults and kids are in each of the sites. And as you can see, the lock site fee was checked there, just as we were showing earlier. So we're going to type in, for the first site, 4 adults and 1 child. You see there's an 8-person limit on the site, and you're going to update the price. And it's going to, update all the lines in here to show you, how much more you're owing. So let's just quickly go through here and update all of these. So depending on what this customer wants to do, they can give everybody the same name and book it all under their name and pay for it all themselves, or they can, put it all in different names, fill all these out, 5 times, and then give them all a different credit card number. If he wants to do that, he can. But we're going to go a step further and just sign in using the profile. So this customer's made reservations with BookYourSite before, so we know all their information because they've saved it with us. They've signed up for an account with BookYourSite. So it's going to fill in, all this customer's info, and he's going to look through, what all the costs were, and just click next to go to the payment billing screen. So again, you could pay for all the parties or, pay separately. We're going to use the billing address from the first party, which is our default, and type in a credit card number. Again, so that we read those terms and conditions from the first screen. Look at what the total deposit is that's going to be put on our card. It's high because in this case the cabins were a 50% deposit. We're going to book them anyway. And what's going to happen is these 5 reservations are going to be put into Astra, and the park will get an email saying a group is reserved with them, and the person making the reservation will also get an email saying the reservations are sent to the park. So the customer will review, their invoice here, and they're going to see all the information that they filled out, their site numbers, etc. And they'll get an email from the park confirming everything. Okay, so now at this point, the park is going to go into Astra and take a look at these reservations. So you can see like all the details are coming in, everything that you filled out, the sites are locked in, and in the comments over here it's giving you the group reservation ID and then telling you who the party was. So this one was Jim. They put in a nickname for this guy, Jim, and he wanted Site 500. So you can see Site 500 selected, it's locked in. Now if customer details were filled out for each of these people, they would all be put into their own folios, and you'd see their names up here, and they would be grouped together. Just see how they're all grouped as a Matthews group. If you click the little buddy button right here, it's going to show you everybody in the group. So they would all have different names, and you could double click on them to bring up their file as well. So they would just have one folio line. They would have their one folio line, they'd have their name, their payment details, everything all together. Okay, so in the list view situation, if there's only a list view, BookYourSite will put these fifth wheels all on a site that can accommodate site type that can accommodate those fifth wheels and keep them all together. But if the person wants to switch that, they can. So they just drag it down onto the Ranger Lodge. And then the Ranger Lodges come up top. So it's flexible that way. So you can run it without a map, but it is a little bit nicer to run it with the map. So let's